Well, after you have no idea how many hours of testing, I've reached the conclusion that this machine doesn't like the combination of SATA 2 ID adapter plus SSD plus Windows NT. So the situation is that now I have to decide what to do, because I'm going to have to use hard drive. But also during the testings I've reached the conclusion that this machine is maybe a tiny bit weak for Windows 2000. In fact, if this machine didn't have the CPU it has, I wouldn't even really consider installing anything else but Windows 95 on it. But since it would be interesting to have a true 32-bit OS system on it, and I'm not going to use Windows NT 4, screw that system, I'm going to change a bit the idea I had for this project, and I'm going to make a dual boot with Windows 95 and Windows 2000, and that way I can make a little testing and see which one performs better. So yeah, in order to do that, I'm going to pair the SD card reader it had previously. I'm going to reattach it here as they were, and also I'm going to use a conventional hard drive, which I have lying around. I'm not happy about that because I think I've mentioned it before, but I don't exactly like old hard drives. I don't exactly trust them because they tend to die on me. But this is one of those situations in which you don't really have another option. So given that situation, I have no option but to use a hard drive. The idea is, since the card reader is hardwired to master, I'll be using the card reader as master, which I need regardless because Windows 95 has to be installed before, and I'll use the hard drive as slave. Well, this is not needed anymore. Whoa, whoa. So the idea is placing the drive like here, because otherwise, well, I don't think the cable will reach regardless. Like if I place the cable here, I simply won't have enough cable. Okay, this is not going to be as easy as I thought it would. Okay, I'm going to have to give another thought to this. I could try to install both on the same drive, taking advantage that Windows 2000 can read outside the area the BIOS can map, but that's kind of risky. I could try, but I'm not sure if it will work. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I'm going to try anyways. I'm going to try it anyways. Okay. this way it should be long enough. Those cables, I swear to God. Those damn connectors without socket. Now there shouldn't be an issue. This can be, in theory, be supplied by this, so I'm going to use it instead. Okay, it should be ready now. Just put in an SD card there and see what happens. I've realized while I was at it that if I wanted to use Windows 95, I probably should use a sound card Windows 95 can even use. So I've replaced the Sound Blaster Live by Sound Blaster 16, which should be more adequate anyways. So let's see. So SD card, hard drive, DVD drive. Both floppies. So for the first run we can omit the CD because our restart will be required anyways. So I think at least. I remember having issues with this SD card on another. So I'm going to delete the partition anyways. Risk. Yes. Yes. Okay. Show information. Two, 4 and DFS, okay. going to get rid of this partition. Three, 4, 1, yes. 5, drive 1, 3, 1, 1, yes. Escape. Create one partition. Provide those volume. Yes. Use the whole card. Show information. Personal system. And now is when it's going to request the second Now we have the CD. We want the CD-ROM because we need it. It has successfully detected the CD-ROM. Well, it's technically a DVD, but I don't really care. Okay. Okay. doesn't properly copy. This card is busted. This card doesn't properly work. This card doesn't properly work. Okay, it's confirmed. This card is fucked up. This card is fucked up. What's wrong with this card? What the hell is wrong with this card? No, it doesn't copy the whole thing. Why? Well, it looks like the seal is on those cards, specifically on those cards. So I'm going to use the other 4GB card, which seems to work correctly. Not sure if this will give issues because it's not a wonder. I don't think it's a wonder. Okay, I'm going to give it a chance, but I'm not confident. Well, es lo que hay. Os he avisado de lo que había antes. Well, it has installed. It seems that it hasn't recognized the card, the sound card, and the video card. Yeah, as I expected, the one it was trying to use was incorrect. Not surprising anybody. I'm going to deactivate this. Much better. cool. It's using quite a lot of memory. Well, okay. Well, it's time to restart and get in Windows 2000 ready. Have this loaded and with a measure of I forgot to change the CD. Let's hope that it won't take forever since it's a hard drive. Okay, it has booted. We have sound, we have video, although 16-bit please. So everything is apparently working. I'll have to save the ATI driver is newer or older than this one. But for now we have this. Have this working. Okay, before trying anything else, I'm going to make a quick test. I'm going to make a small partition. I'm going to make a small partition and see a small FAT32 partition and see if so I think I'm going to make a couple more of those and then use the rest I'm gonna try making a bigger one and see if it can read it. you think? It reads it nice. That means I can just make a big partition for Windows 95 to use and use the rest of the drive for Windows 2000.